Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to CosmoMuse Tarot and another Friday insight reading where you can bring any question you would like here. I am kind of doing lately this reading in a way where you could bring the yes, no, maybe, and I will initially be getting in the readings that yes, no, but you could also bring a question that's not yes, no, and just listen, kind of tune out the yes, no part and listen more to the context that's coming through, both in that initial part where I'm using tarot to get yes, no, but also for all questions, the oracle cards I do after getting that answer to give more insight into things. So whatever works for you. If you are bringing a question that is yes, no, make sure to phrase it so that the getting a yes would be the outcome you're hoping for. In general, the way you're phrasing it, even if it isn't a yes, no, kind of phrasing it that I'm looking for, like an alignment with yes, feeling positive in general. So whatever that means to you, even if yours isn't a yes, no. Okay, so just make sure you're clear about what your question is, whether it's a yes, no, so that you don't kind of get caught up in the reading and be like, oh, should I listen to the yes, no? Like, decide that before going into the reading, just so that you're clear of like, that's not a message for me or that is a message for me. Okay, that being said, we have 3 piles this week. Pile 1 is snakeskin agate. Pile 2, we have a white agate. And pile 3, we have orange chalcedony. Okay, if you need some time to feel into these piles, to feel which one resonates with the question you've brought here, you can pause here, spend as much time as you need. When you are ready, timestamps are in the descriptions, and I will see you in your piles. Hello, pile 1. Let's jump into your reading. Right off the bat, we're going to use some tarot to get your yes, no answer. That one's jumpy. We've got the Empress, beautiful. Wheel of Time. So right off the bat, 2 major arcana. What does this say inside the clock? Time to move. Okay. Taro. I don't know what those mean. Oh well, I won't try to figure it out. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune, Empress, we have 2 more that jumped out. 8 of Swords and King of Swords. I think, let's see, kind of want to get 5 cards. We'll see if we can fit them. I don't know, 4 might be the number. Well, let's see. Six of coins. Okay, we can fit 5. All right, so in general, a lot of positive cards here. The only one that's kind of sticking out as a sticky one is the 8 of Swords. But it's in the center, it's trying to break out. So there may be something around your question where you're trying to find a sense of freedom, you're trying to break out of something, especially next to this Wheel of Fortune. It's like, I'm ready for a change. How do I find my freedom kind of thing? I think you're starting something about what you've asked about. Either you're hoping for it to find its creativity or nourishment, or you're feeling that within you or within the question. And there is this thing here that like, that time to move, like I feel like you're feeling that, but at the same time, the Wheel of Fortune is like the seasons, like we can't make spring come sooner than when spring arrives. Like it's a timing thing. It's nothing you can't do anything to make spring arrive sooner or later. It just comes when it comes. And so I think at the heart of this question, it's like you're wanting that change, that move of phase to come. I more sense that you feel like it's on the horizon, like you can sense it's right there, and you're like eager. You're like, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that time to move. I'm ready for the change. I'm feeling some fertility, but I feel stuck. And it's just sort of like patience. It will come. There's nothing you can do. So free yourself of some sort of thought that's trapping you, that there's something you should be doing or that you could do. This is a timing thing. And I think surrendering to that will, take these swords out of like a formation of trapping you. They'll just drop. Like you're trapped by your own thoughts that you're needing to do something, or you're blaming yourself for not being able to move on or move something. And it's like, that's a very trapping thought. You need to let go of those thoughts. It's just, there's something about timing here. And it will come. So I am feeling a yes here, but like that thing of like patience, and don't blame yourself for anything here. Like, ease up. It is coming, but it comes when it comes. So don't feel trapped by any thoughts you have about something you could do. Putting the burden on you and things you could do, or things somebody else could do, or externalizing or internalizing any kind of blame or shame or anger or whatever is like trapping and freezing some energy. Just kind of let go and trust in the flow of time, that movement is coming, but just, it will come when it comes. I feel it on the horizon though, like it is here, it's like really close. Okay, so King of Swords, Six of Pentacles. This feels like help coming in, like be open, be receptive to help from someone that has information, someone that has authority, someone that knows their shit. Be open to or ask for help here. You may be needing to ask for financial help, or this may just more be about an exchange and you just need to ask for some guidance or advice or some knowledge or information. Or maybe that's what's coming on the other side of the change of season. I am like tuning into that time to move. That's so specific. Time to move. Time to move. Is it talking about these, like time to move these things? So this could also, if it resonates, alternatively, this could be you starting to wield your authority, a certain knowledge you have, and that helping to bring in needed resources, or an exchange of resources, or a flow of resources somehow, like stepping into your authority. That could also be part of this, like when will I feel capable enough to own my authority and the knowledge I have? Like I feel trapped from being able to do that for some reason. And this is, I don't know, there's something timing here. There's a lot of fertility coming with the timing. when this new timing, when this shift of season, change of conditions comes, it's like you'll feel very nourished and supported to be able to kind of step into that strength and to find the resources you need. Yeah, okay. I mean, so there is a yes here, but it's like patience, and also just like don't be hard on yourself or others here. There's some kind of timing element. Okay, let's get a few oracle cards to give a little more context to this guidance. Okay, so we've got the Green Man. All that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. Beautiful. Yes, and that's coming under the Empress. Yeah. It's like this new season coming in will help you to tap more deeply into your fertility, your sense of effortlessness, your sense of abundance. It is coming. For whatever reason, it's been hard for you to, I feel like, step into owning that or feeling that, but it's like you've been trying to get to that, but like there's something about timing. Maybe there's something you've had to go through to really understand this, and it's like, yeah, a new season is coming in this, but be patient. It's just like naturally, it's already in you. This is already ready to unfold. It's already been incubating. It will birth. You will come into your strength. Just give it a minute. It will just be there one day. It will just naturally come. Oops. Let's get a Fae message. This popped right out. Ivy. Interesting. And I think about climbing, wrapping around things, climbing. Oh, look, he's covered in ivy too. That's fascinating. I want to look at the guidebook for the Green Man to see if it says anything about ivy. I don't have immediate access to the fairy guidebook, but there's something coming through about ivy that I'm really curious about. I wish I knew more about ivy. So Green Man, abundance, blah, blah, blah. I'm just scanning through this. Hold on one second. See if there's anything about ivy. I actually want to read this. It doesn't necessarily talk about ivy, but I do just think, you know, I'm just looking at the ivy growing around both of these people, and it's just sort of like part of their natural growth is like this iviness that does, you know, reach for the light. It reaches up, it reaches for things. And it's like you've been, I don't know, I feel that sense of like you've been reaching and you've almost reached what you've been reaching for. So it's like hang in there. So yeah, this guidebook adds, for the Green Man, adds a lot of beautiful depth. Everything the Green Man touches turns to gold, or rather green, that is. He is the ultimate expression of abundance, and more specifically, an abundance mindset. Yep. Your mindset has been trapped from feeling an abundance mindset. You've been in like a scarcity mindset, I think. When the Green Man invites you to his earthy lair, it is to infuse you with the spirit of wealth. Money will flow to you with ease, opportunities will suddenly come knocking, or you will find the fulfillment of a goal is just within reach. This is also a sign that you are on the right path and what you're doing now is working, so keep at it. This card shows that you are living life and enjoying all of the fruits of your labor. You feel more confident and sure of yourself, and other people have taken notice of this and seek your advice, knowing you have much to share. The Green Man is also a giver and provider of wealth. Be generous with your abundance, both financially and spiritually. Share your knowledge and invite others to partake in your good fortune. So that's what this King of Swords and Six of Coins is like being generous. with your abundance. I think you are starting to, time to move on thing is like, did I even say that before? Time to move on? I think I was just saying time to move. For some reason I missed the on. Time to move on. Time to move on from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, to start to see everything you do have, everything you're blessed with, and start to become more generous yourself. And that just starts to bring this kind of wealth mindset, abundance mindset. Everything you touch turns to gold or green energy into you. And I feel like you've been nourishing that underneath you. You've been working on that inside of you, but it's time for that to, that incubation time is coming to an end, and a new season is coming where this is, you're going to step into it, right? Yeah. All that green, I mean, this just feels like the counterpart. Green man, green woman, green fairy. So the masculine and feminine energy of abundance. Abundance of spirit and achievement and intellect, and abundance of nurturance, depth, soul, tenderness. All of it is just like an overarching, huge abundance mindset coming through. Okay, last but not least, and I think this also said like being generous with your knowledge, and that's King of Swords. So maybe you have a depth of knowledge that you're not seeing how abundant that is, and you can start to exchange on that as well. But there still is something about timing, like something's incubating about really coming into that sense of being your green man, green fairy, green woman, empress. But it's close. You're like, the season's changing. This is going to come about. Yeah, exactly. Soul growth. Growth is never easy. Have faith and trust in the journey. Exactly. It's so, you're doing some inner soul growth around this, around mindsets of scarcity, mindsets of lack, limitation, all sorts of things. You've been doing a lot of inner soul growth around those kinds of mindsets, and you're growing out of it. And a new season is right on the horizon that will birth you into a totally different kind of more wealth mindset. So, wow. I mean, I don't know what you guys asked and how this applied, but I feel like it was a general message also coming through in general. So, do what you will with that, but really, whoa, didn't really expect that. All right, if this resonated, yeah, I meant for these to be like 8 minutes and we're at 16. So yeah, I don't know what happened there. We went into some kind of spirit kind of hijacked us, but that's all right because it was a great message. All right, anyway, if this resonated, I always appreciate support, likes, shares, subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well, but just in general, thank you for being here. Also, if you enjoy astrology, just a side note, down in the descriptions, there's a link to join or sign up for my astrology newsletter. I put out a ton of content in that newsletter, so check that out for sure. Would love to see you over there. But in general, good luck with your question, and a new season really close to coming in for you that will feel really good, I think. All right, I will see you guys later. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your yes, no, or advice on a question you've brought here. You guys picked the white agate, and we are going to just jump right in using some tarot cards to get insight into the yes, no aspect, or if you're not here for yes, no, just initial context. Okay. Feeling this card. So we've got Two of Swords right out of the gate. Knight of Wands. Something does feel like both of these have even though this is a shield, there's still like this cross in it that feels like blocked. Well, shields literally block, but something does feel blocked. Queen of Cups, that's beautiful. Oh, and those are our last two. Let's see what came through. Three of Swords in reverse. And the World reverse. Okay. Interesting. I do feel for the yes no part. There is a no here. I'm trying to feel into why that is, what's blocked. I feel like you're shut down for some reason, like your drive and your motivation is shut down because you're like over intellectualizing something. This is the hang up for me. I'm not even that worried about these reversals. Actually, Three of Swords reversed, actually I like better than Three of Swords upright. But it's like here, I'm just stuck here. I don't know what that is. I'm stuck here from feeling my sense of flow, my sense of like trusting and owning and commanding my intuition or my heart. It's like something's frozen. Oh, but that gives me context with the Three of Swords, is like maybe there was a heart injury. Something's very disappointing, something hurt your heart. Often Three of Swords is romance, but I like to broaden it. I think, our heart can be disappointed in many contexts. So in general, like something was disappointing to your heart. I feel your heart has let go of this, with this being upside down. I think your heart has let go of the hurt and the injury, of a disappointment, I'm going to say, of some kind of disappointment. I think your heart is healed. It's let go. But your mind is still caught on something, blocking something, blocking someone, but it's blocking your energy. I do feel there's like, it's just time to like let go of a grievance, to find a way, and it's like fake it till you make it here, of forgiveness, whether it's to you, to someone, to a situation, just a general sense of forgiveness in your being, for life, for where you are, whatever makes sense to you. Even if that's fake to you, to say, I can forgive that, I'm going to forgive this, I can forgive this. And like, it's not like you're not there yet. You can still continue to try and try and try. And there's something about forgiveness that unfreezes things, that allows lubrication, that allows, I think about the word forgiveness, and there's like a flexibility there. There's a give there. Whereas like unforgiveness is like frozen, and that can break. Something can break there. And you don't want to be in that state. So you want to even just practice forgiving, even if you can't immediately, just keep practicing. Because even just practicing, even if it isn't real deep, true forgiveness, is adding some lubrication. It is adding some of that give to something, because ultimately it's blocking you, whatever it is, even if it's like forgiveness to yourself. But if it is external forgiveness, it is still blocking you. If that doesn't resonate to what you've asked, it's just like, in general, it's time to get out of your head. Your head is clouding judgment. You need to allow your heart to make a decision here, and it will free up and help you to get back into some kind of flow state, some kind of feeling nurtured, some kind of access to your heart. And the world, that's frozen to me too. I'm not even like feeling the world in the true sense of the world card. It just feels like the world is frozen. It's upside down, it's frozen, like life isn't moving. Or whatever you've asked about, the world of what you've asked about is not moving, it's stuck. And there's something about getting out of head, trying to drop into your heart to move on from something. It will restore your sense of motivation and drive and energy, and it will allow something about the world of your question to move again. So if this is a yes, no, it's like right now there's a no to it, but there's a lot of guidance about things you can do to kind of move out of some state you're in. Okay, let's do some oracle cards as well to see what we can get from the realm of oracle. That's interesting. This was on the back of the deck when I first picked it up, and so that's the last image I saw of this deck. Come on, break free, dear one, spread wide and far, for you aren't containable, you are limitless. Yeah, there's movement that's been blocked and you're like ready to spread your wings and fly, but you need to practice getting out of your head, letting your heart, your heart's the one that can help you to take leaps, help you to spread your wings. And I feel like that's what your soul and your heart are asking for right now. But you have to find a way to get into your heart a little more deeply. Or minimally, maybe you feel like you're in your heart, but are you out of your head? Are you out of trying to reason and logic and deduce and make calculated decisions? It's like that's not what's called for here. That's getting in the way of you spreading your wings. So what I feel, even though if you asked a yes, no, even though it's a no to what you asked about, it's like when you do get into your heart, because eventually we always find our way back there, even if it takes years, but I don't feel like that's you guys. I'm going to say here, even if it takes a month, there is something that will happen where you will feel more free, where you will feel an ability to spread your wings and do something, go somewhere, right? Make life move again around what you've asked about, at least. So there is silver lining, like there will, you will find your way back there. This is indicating you will get here. It's just, you're not there yet. Okay, let's get a Fae message. Dandelion. I have my own interpretation. I don't know what the guidebook says about this fairy, to be honest. But I have my own interpretation of dandelion, and that is resilience. Resilience. This is assuring you that you are resilient. You have everything you need. You're tough. You have everything you need to bounce back from something, to get into your heart, to find your courage, to own your strength, whatever it is. It's like you are tough. Own it. It's time to step into that resilience. And like I said up here, I feel like your heart is already healed, adding into, or like already let go of something. It's like your head, your mind that's not letting go of something, blocking something. But this is saying you're so resilient. You need to trust your resilience, especially your heart's resilience. And I feel like if you can let go of mind and feel how resilient your heart is, you'll be able to let go and drop back in there and then spread your wings and fly again. But this is such a good news thing. This is such a good news fairy message. It's like, you've got this. There's nothing preventing you other than your mind. You've got this. When you have it, there will be some kind of yes, but not to what you've asked exactly, because you're not there yet. Okay, animal message to end, nurture. Polar bear. Allow any anxieties and worries which comes from our mind to be gently released and offered up to be healed. And your heart can heal it. Your heart is healed. Your heart is there. Your heart is ready. It's resilient. It's time to trust it and let it nurture you. It knows exactly what to do, and it wants you to stop worrying. It wants you to stop being anxious. That's only stopping you. That's only freezing your own life, blocking your own life. You have strength, you have a powerful heart, and you have so much nurturance to give to yourself in you. It's just like, let it go. Let go of your mind and all of its worries and all of its anxieties. It's totally in the way of things here. Okay, I hope this brought you some kind of insight that was really helpful, because there is a silver lining here. Whatever you've asked about, even though it's like either no right now or no to the specifics of it, it's like you have everything you need to get to a place to get a similar kind of yes, to make life move in the realm you've asked about, right? It's just like Spirit just wanting to help you, give you a nudge, show you what you need to do. Okay, if this did resonate, I always appreciate support. Likes, shares, subscribes are an easy way to do that. Always enjoy and I'm grateful for kind and thoughtful comments. Also, just side note, if you enjoy or are into astrology, I do put out an astrology newsletter. Link to that is in the descriptions. I put out all sorts of content on that. That's something I've done astrology for like 25 years, so that's one of my expertise. So that's something I have a lot of fun doing, that newsletter, so go check it out. Yeah, so hope to see you guys over there as well. Good luck with your question. I have absolute faith in you that you're going to get to being able to spread your wings and fly towards some kind of yes in the realm of what you've asked about. You'll get there. I believe in you guys. So, all right. I hope you guys have a beautiful day and good luck with everything. See you in a future reading. Hello, beautiful pile 3, my Chalcedony pile. Just going to leave your stone over to the side, sort of by that peacock feather eye. We are going to jump right in with some tarot that will help bring that yes-no aspect to your question. If you didn't have a yes-no aspect, getting some initial context, kind of energy read on things too. Okay. Feeling that one, star, beautiful. This one's jumpy, the Hanged Man. Okay. Let's see, just need to make sure there's room for everything. So star, Hanged Man. That's kind of on the fence right now. King of Cups is beautiful. Ace of Wands is beautiful, and one more. Five of Wands. Okay. Immediately I do feel I'm sensing a yes here. I haven't unpacked why, other than it's generally pretty good cards. But let me unpack some context. The general energy check here. I feel with the star and Hanged Man is like you're in the process of moving on from something, maybe. But in the moving on, there's also a letting go of things, and that's required you to access your heart in a more deep way, in like a vulnerable way. But behind that vulnerability and behind this maybe needing to have let go of something, there's this deep belief, there's this deep hope, and there's this deep sort of vision about where you're going. I'm feeling the King of Cups is like your true essence around what you've asked about, the way you're able to, like the kind of maturity you're able to show up with around what you've asked about specifically. It may not be your overall energy, but what you've asked about, I sense this, is like really knowing you do, like you have a strong heart, you have a strong emotional authority and intelligence, you have a strength of nurturance, like your presence makes people feel safe, or something. Yeah, something about that. So like, why are you needing to get further into your heart if you're already so strong with that? I mean, I think it's just a process, you know. We can still be very strong people, very heart-centered people, but it doesn't automatically mean it's always easy to let go of things, right? Even if we have the strength of heart to do so. But I feel you doing this pretty well, you know, like I feel some pain, but I also feel like the capacity, like you're doing it, you're getting through it, you know you have to do it, you have that strength, you're just going through the paces, you're just going through the process of something. It's like a life cycle, right? When something comes to the end of a life cycle, usually we've invested a lot in it. We've put a lot of our heart into it. We've put a lot of energy, time, whatever, into it. And even when we know it's hit the wall, it's come to the end of the road, that there's a grieving process, right? It doesn't mean the strongest of heart would still come into grieving. But I think because you have such a strong and capable heart, you are comfortable allowing yourself to grieve, allowing yourself to be vulnerable. And in that star is more powerful, that future vision is more powerful. This feels very, like of all of the cards, this one is starting to stick out to me the most. Like despite what's going on around your life or your question, there's hope. You feel a sense of hope, and I feel like that's what you've asked about. I feel like that's the star card is directly referencing what you've asked about. I feel like the Hanged Man is like in the background or something on the side that has a relationship to your question but may not be the subject of your question. And it's like, but there's hope, and that's what you've asked about, is this thing that I have a vision for, that I'm hoping for, or that I have belief in. Is that real kind of thing? And I would say yes, like, but there's a process. So there's a yes here, but also some time. Like there's a life cycle thing in process. And it's like something has to finish closing out, and then that spark comes. And then that torch of where to take that first step comes. And then once you have that spark, there will be a period of like strategy or of finding your courage. Potentially there could be competition around this too. That feels a little far away to like really get into that kind of a detail, but I do feel like like you're close, you're getting there, and that hope that like a new bright something is on the way is, and the torch is about to be handed to you. And then at that point, this is like an afterthought, at that point, don't worry about it yet, but there will be a period where you'll need to be doing like some planning or strategizing, or like finding some kind of courage to take the torch when it's passed, right? That kind of thing coming through here. So a yes, but there's a timeline, there's something that there's some patience still asked of you here. You're still in some kind of process with the Hanged Man, but you're in process with it, right? So it's coming. You're getting there. You're moving closer every day towards your yes, or towards something you're wanting guidance on. Okay, let's do some oracle cards to get a little more context here. Self-worship. Okay. My hands fold as I speak to the stars. We got the star there coming out twice now, watching as the sky holds its breath. It's in stillness that I find all that I am and all of divinity within me. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the hope, the vision, the belief, it is inside of you. Watching as you speak to the stars, watching as the sky holds its breath. But we're really talking about your inner world. You're talking to your own hope, and you're holding your breath. So like anticipation too is coming through here. I do feel you have a certain hope and a certain anticipation. And then, yeah, just needing to channel your own divinity, finding, you know, maybe part of that work you're doing is like letting go. It may not be letting go of something in your life. It could, in another context, be like letting go of a certain way of being that hasn't allowed you to be tapped into your deepest divinity. So that's just like another side thing that came through that that may speak specifically to a few people, not everyone. So take whichever context, whether it's like you're giving up something and working to move on from something, or you're working through a process of owning your greater sense of divinity, and hence like a greater self-love, right? Self-adoration. I don't know if I love the word self-worship, but like self-adoration is what feels beautiful here. Okay, let's get a fairy message too. Magic fish. I love this. Yeah, I mean, the star, we've got talk of star and divinity in this card, and then we have magic fish. It just feels like whatever inner work you're doing or heart work you're doing right now, whether that's letting go of something specific or just doing some general inner work, it is leading to such magic, to such like the things you're believing in, things you're hoping for, the vision you're having about your future, the hope you're having about your future is exactly as magical as you're feeling. And so like let go into the magic of it. Dream, believe. It's opening possibility. It's opening new like new networks. When I look at, it's interesting, there's mushrooms and fish, but when I look at mushrooms, that mycelium network that's underneath the floor is like what we're not seeing here that's so magical is underneath. It's these like new networks opening up to you too through some deep, beautiful work you're doing. Okay, and last, let's get an animal card. Butterfly, emerging, take the leap of faith. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this doesn't speak directly to that star card of hope and belief and trust and faith. Take the leap of faith. Yeah. Coming under the Ace of Wands, when you feel the spark, that gave me some new like anchoring of what this is. When you feel that spark or that torch being passed to you, however it shows up for you, it's like take that leap. You've already dreamed it. You've already found a belief in this. So when it actualizes, take that leap. Do it. Just go. And I don't feel a sense of resistance there, but it's just like, I think it's just encouragement, like emerging. It is whatever you've asked about, things are emerging. Trust it, have faith in it, and then, you know, you're already ready to take the leap or close to, but trust in that timing coming. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this resonated, I always appreciate support with likes, shares, and subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well, but just thank you in general for being here. I love reading, so thank you for letting me do so for you. If just like a side note, if you enjoy astrology, I also put out an astrology newsletter. I have done astrology, I think, for 25 years now, so something I love doing. I'm a little bit compulsive with it. So go check that out. I share a ton of content on that newsletter, all sorts of fun stuff, astrologically focused. So yeah, I'd love to see you guys over there as well. So yeah, down in descriptions, there's a link to join that. And yeah, I wish you luck with whatever you've asked about. I feel excited for you guys, just feeling this energy. So yeah, get to it, I guess, when that spark comes. All right, have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys in future readings.